Julio Cruz and Gaylord Perry to Alvin Davis and Harold Reynolds to father and son back to back bombs. From Junior J, Joey, and Edgar with Randy, A-Rod, Dan, and the Sheriff to Ichiro Moyer and Mikey C to King Felix, Kyle Cruz, and Cano to the present with Julio, Gilbert, Kirby, and Cal. I don't believe it. It just continues. My, oh my, it's another sports podcast. My, oh my, it's another sports podcast. 12s. Sam, your Seattle Seahawks are Super Bowl 60 champs. How do you feel, bro?
I don't know, Ty. How do you think I feel? I mean, I'm pretty
Freaking fantastic.
Yeah, feeling fucking great. That's for sure. So
let's do it, baby.
Yeah.
Well, first off, we got to shout out our super producer Indy out there in Nashville, Tennessee. That's Vaden Podcast Services. Vaden Podcast Services bringing this show to life. Shout out to the homies in the live chat, Mariners, Lifer. Yes, being champs feels so darn good. Oh my goodness, but y'all know my man Sam will mess around and get a triple-double. Sam, I mean, what can we say? It's the second Super Bowl championship for Seattle. Give me some opening arguments, man. You take this anyway.
Well, I mean, it's great to be joining one of the exclusive club of the clubs who have actually won more than one championship. I think there's only been, 14, 16? Something like that out of all the teams. A lot more have not won it at all. So it feels good to get the second one, that's for sure. Honestly, it's fucking great. I've been not getting any sleep and watching replays and like the mic'd up and, and everything like that. I've been binging on Seahawks content.
As well you should.
I mean, yeah. One of the things I really like about this is we're also associated the Darnold story. I mean, just the whole redemption thing, like it's one of the bigger stories in the NFL. One of the biggest player development, you've been down and overcome kind of a story. So it's kind of really cool to be associated with that, having the Seahawks be the team that he won it all with, because that's history. They're going to be talking about that for a long time. And it says a lot about the organization and him. And that's why I got the Darnold jersey now. Super Bowl Darnold jersey.
Yeah. I mean, and because he's from an incredible quarterback class, mind you, too. So he has always been compared to Baker, to Lamar Jackson, to Josh Allen, especially to Josh Rosen. No, I'd be tripping. But for real, though, he has been measured up to titans in the game like Allen and Lamar. He has been considered a complete bust on the East Coast. And I talk about it all the time. We've all had a terrible boss. We've all worked for a toxic company, and nobody gets the most out of themselves in those environments. We know what it's John Schneider, Mike McDonald. It's so simple, but so refreshing and so perfect when Mike McDonald says he wants his guys to be loose and focused and loose. That's so simple, but so perfect, and just how we roll. And Sam, I just want to give a shout out to defense right now. Hits on decks. Reek, Moffitt, we got a lot to get into. We'll get into that in a minute, man. But defense is back, bro. The last three champions, the Seahawks, number one scoring D. Philly, number one scoring D. Kansas City, number two scoring D. This whole game of the NFL is so cyclical, bro. The defense is back, and the Seahawks had the best one this year.
Yeah, no, we definitely do. The whole thing has just been pretty surreal and fantastic, man. I really love the game plan Mike McDonald put together for this game. I mean, he was just in their heads all game, just overloading the left side, getting one-on-ones on the right side of their offense, or on their left side of their offensive line. And then all of a sudden they start adapting to that, getting tight ends over there to chip. Then we're sending the cornerback Witherspoon through the gap, the B gap. And man, it was just well put together and well run. I loved it. Strangled them. It was like a boa constrictor, just tightening until you could tell there's no fight left at the end.
And then there's eventually no more oxygen. No more oxygen. There's no room to breathe.
Yeah,
What
no,
a
no.
fantastic performance. I mean, when I really think about it, Sam, and I kept sending these little texts as we got closer to the game, Sam, and I just kept thinking to myself, a mediocre offensive line, and that might be saying it nicely. Let's just say a mediocre offensive line has no chance against the 2025 defensive front the Seattle Seahawks can throw it at you. And we talk about it all the time. It's not just the high end players, it's the quality of depth, man. I mean, Boye Mafe's about to get paid, bro. They're projecting
Yeah,
3 years,
he is.
33, 35. It's going to turn into 40 million, 45 million on the open market. I promise you that. And especially, Sam, you look at the free agent list, there's not many guys on that list I would give big money to, except for several Seattle Seahawks, man.
Yeah,
Talking
yeah.
about Ken Walker costing a ton, dude. We talked about it right after the Super Bowl, but I need to get at it again. What an incredible performance, man. This guy was one of the very, very key factors on this Super Bowl run.
Yeah, we can't let him go. I mean, for an average of what 10, 12 a year, man, we can afford it. We might not have Shaheed because I don't know. Now that Kubiak is gone, I don't have quite as much confidence as him running it back again because he's followed Kubiak the last couple places he was with the Saints and now here, and I could see him following over to the Raiders. But K9, I think we can make happen because we got to get JSN signed, got to get Witherspoon signed. And I'd rather do that sooner than later, especially with Witherspoon. It's going to get more expensive the longer we wait because he's been coming out with all the sacks and the blitz packages.
Yeah.
And, yeah, man. He deserves to get paid. Him and JSN sooner than
JSN
later.
also. Well, then that's key. We got to pay K9 immediately, and Jody Allen has proven she will open up the pocketbooks. Like we talk about, Sam, everyone's got the same calorie cap, but salary cap money to spend. Not everyone's got the same cash on hand. We know Charles Cross is going to get 40 large of it. That's well over half of his guaranteed money in year one. Dude, Cincinnati, Arizona ain't doing that shit. So thank you to Jody and the Allens for what they do for our favorite football team, man. And we got to do the same with Ken Walker. Just really give him all that money up front. So if we can have Walker paid, we can have Cross paid. Now their numbers come down 2 years from now when JSN, Spoon, and Byron Murphy's a must resign for me as well.
Yes.
And Derek Hall.
But he's got,
team gets
2 more
expensive
years.
fast. Everyone's talking about the $70 million of raw cap room. The Seahawks are fourth or fifth, depending on who you look at.
Right? Is that
it's going up huge. It's going up huge, but the Seahawks costs are going to go up huge too, and there has to be a lot of long-term financial planning here. Talking about long-term financial planning, Sam, Derek Hall. He showed up and showed out on the biggest stage. We've always known he's been that good, but these guys play small snap counts for their football abilities. Derek Hall, talk to me, man.
Yeah, I think we got to re-sign him here right in the near future because, especially right now, he had a 2-sack season. Next year, he's not having a 2-sack season. He is primed to be going off, I think, next year. So we better get him while he doesn't have the stats to back up his negotiations. So I think he has one of the best long arms. He was abusing Campbell with the long arm all day long. Dude, it just wouldn't let him close, and a lot of the times Campbell was actually trying to block his arm rather than the body because he was just getting pushed around everywhere.
Well, it's not known around the league because his numbers haven't been sexy in his career necessarily. But Derek Hall is easily one of the best speed to power players in this league, man. This guy just jacks your ass up, and he also has freaky long arms. So when you combine his freaky long arms with his crazy strength, his crazy explosion, oh my God, I love Derek Hall. Texas Power Ranger. He thinks his Texans it's their year next year. If you fix your O-line, it can be. Sam, if you fix your O-line, it can be. The Seahawks were in the exact situation as the Texans are in right now just 1 or 2 years ago. But when you fix your old line, then everything else comes together. Sam, We were talking about Ken Walker playing better down the stretch, and it shouldn't be a surprise because in all pro sports, I talk about ascending and descending players. Well, coming into 2025, Sam, all five starters on the offensive line are ascending players, in my opinion. And all five of them not only got better individually, all five got better as players themselves. They got way better as a unit also. It was freaking magical to watch. I mean, talk to me, baby. Do you want a piece of Zabel or Lucas coming around the edge and then you got to try to tackle Ken Walker? Come on.
No. Unless Bradford's having one of his, low of the low moments, I wouldn't want to go up against him either. A few times, man, in the game, he delivered some lows in the Super Bowl, but he also had some highs too. I mean, he just pancaked a couple guys, Spillane threw him to the ground. He blocked Williams on a play, Gibbons on that same play, and then ended up blocking the DT. So 3 players on one play, clearing the way for a 10-yard gain. And yeah, man, he has his ups and his downs. I hope we upgrade for a more consistent kind of guy because he's great at times, but we need some more consistency on that right guard spot.
Well, at his size, he's always going to struggle with those ultra quick guys because he's just. Sometimes it reminds me, go back in the WWF Attitude Era, The Rock's talking shit about the Big Show, the Big Slow. You can't touch me. I mean, for real though. But shout out to Bradford though, man, because you're right. His lowlights get him on Shaqtin' a Fool. He looks clowning on the internet. But the bottom line is, he gets his hands on you. You are freaking finished, bro. Freaking finished. Yeah, an upgrade would be nice. There's no question about it. But honestly, before this year, I might have said you can't win a Super Bowl with Bradford as a starting guard. Well, frick. I was proven wrong. Sure as shit you can.
Yeah. I also, one of the things I would like to point out about the team is just how unselfish they were. Because you could see most of that year that Hall was paving the way for the other guys to get sacks. And even Worry did it too. They all would make the block, set the edge for the other guy to come around and get the stats. And so it was a really unselfish team, which was awesome to see. It's the Mike Mack coaching philosophy. He wants all points of that defense to understand what the other ones are doing and why, so they can play in sync and know what they're supposed to be doing, which is a lot different than a lot of the times when they each are just doing their own assignment. Safeties are doing their own assignment back there. Mike Mack wants everyone flowing and working together.
Yeah, no doubt. Dude, real bad bumbleclot, man. I'm glad you're rocking with us lately, dog. And I like that. Daniel Jones, I think there can be a ton of examples, Sam, where we need to get because, okay, if you're a top quarterback prospect, you are drafted to the shittiest teams, period. It is really hard for even a great veteran quarterback to just completely uplift a shitty roster. Hey, how did it go for Joe Burrow this past couple years? How does that work when you just...
Not well.
It doesn't. Get rigged. First homegrown O-line to win a chip in a while, and I absolutely love that. Sam, it's very reasonable for me to say that the Seahawks rushing attack, at least from the O-line perspective, will be much better next year. I want to give another shout out though, dude. You were talking about everyone knowing each other's job. This guy has to because of the position he plays. Kobe Bryant coming in, lighting dudes up. Oh my Lord. Oh, he was just a ferocious hitter, Sam, and he has those cornerback skill set, which is probably why he gets so many interceptions.
Yep.
I want to go back to college football for a sec. Kobe Bryant was the Thorpe Award winner. That's for the best DB in college football. Look, the last 25 years, the Thorpe Award winner has one of the best percentages in terms of guys being a successful pro if they won said award. Kobe Bryant fell to the 5th round. Clearly, he shouldn't have, given what he's done the last 4 years. But just remember that. You see a guy falling in the draft, and you see a Thorpe Award winner, check that dude out, man. He might be a baller. He probably, the numbers tell us they will be.
Yeah, and he's a smart guy, too. He had a lot of confidence in himself, and he bet on himself this year. Seahawks wanted to sign him last year, and he said he was going to wait it out and try to get a little better stats. And, man, yeah, I hope we keep him. He's a glue guy, in my opinion. He's one of those guys that's important to have, so I hope we are able to keep him. K9 and him, I think, are my 2 must-signs. Shaheed, Oh, Job too. We need Job. If we're letting Reek go, we need to keep Job. And Job, I don't think is going to be that expensive. I think we'll be able to keep him.
No, Joe would be pretty cheap. And there's honestly, like I mentioned earlier, we'll dive deep, guys, because I love the offseason. I love team building. There's a couple cornerbacks the Seahawks could target that I think would honestly kind of thrive in this Seahawks system, Sam. But hey, cornerbacks should play well with this ferocious of a D line, man. We got Riley Mills on the bull rush of his life early in the game. And then when I saw the highlight a couple times, Sam, you were talking about the unselfish nature of this team. Jaron Reed, the center slides to his side. Jaron Reed's taking on the interior double while his homie Riley Mills, because you know what the New England Patriots are thinking. We don't even know who this white boy is in our scouting report. You're not even on the scouting report. Who are you? And there is the teamwork, the unselfishness, doing what you need to do to get the job done. Bull rush of a lifetime. Jay Reed taking on the double team. Freaking Leonard Williams. Don't get it twisted out there. I know the national media might be coming down on him because his numbers came down, but his impact is as high as ever.
Oh,
that's
God,
the team defense that wins you a freaking Super Bowl.
Yeah, no, it sure is. And I saw a video of Spoon talking to Coach Mack too, and they're celebrating after the game, and he was like, "Oh, hell of a game. How many sacks did you have?" And they was jokingly, and they both said at the same time, like, "It doesn't matter because this is to the next sack after that." And so, yeah, no, I like how Coach Mack has their heads right now. They all wanted to play other games. They're like, "When's the next game?" They're feeling it. They're ready to play another one. I love it. I mean, when you have a team bought in like that, man, you're cooking with fucking grease and fire right there. You're cooking with gas is what I mean. Sorry. But yeah.
Absolutely, man.
Yeah. It's great. I love this team right now. I think better team overall than the other Super Bowl winning team, but I think I still like the LOB defense a little bit better as far as talent. It's hard, though. This is one of the best teams of all time. Like, we've been blessed with two really, really great defenses and teams.
Yeah, no doubt, no doubt. Well, I really have to point out then, though, the LOB defense had 4 straight years as the number one.
Oh yeah, no defense. Longevity.
Like that is unreal.
Yeah.
In different eras too. Different eras. Like when I first clicked on Nick Emmanwori and started to study him around this time last year, my first thoughts were, why isn't he being like Cam Chancellor? I'm like, why isn't he being like Cam Chancellor? Well, the game's changed. I don't know if Cam Chancellor's style would be allowed with the passing protection rules nowadays. You got to be a more fluid athlete like a Nick Emmanwori. And speaking of fluid athletes, Sam, I wrote this down because I really wanted to bring it up. I love when teams draft a college offensive tackle and move him into guard. If he has the strength and tenacity to move inside, there are countless success stories. Gray Zabel being the most recent shining example, man. I'm talking there's a few Hall of Famers, a few solid starters, and every kind of old lineman in between. If you can get an offensive tackle and kick him in, it just seems to be a gold mine in terms of NFL draft picks.
Yeah, no, it really does. I got to ask you a question here, Ty. So does getting Darnold and then winning a Super Bowl and causing all this heartache to the Vikings fan base heal the wounds of Hutch? I think I'm
healed them enough.
Yeah, I think I'm finally ready to let it go.
Okay, that's actually brutal.
Yeah,
because they didn't even make the Super Bowl at that peak. They never even made the Super Bowl at that peak when they took Hutch. Y'all know the story if you're a diehard Seattle sports fan. Steve Hutchinson leaving Seattle, the most catastrophic move in Seattle sports history, in my opinion, with what happened to the Seahawks and the Vikings after he left in free agency and the left guard. And speaking of Hutch, Sam, Hutch, about 4 or 5 years ago, was hired on to be a special advisor to John Schneider. Of course, it's to study O-linemen, and look at the success they have had in that time.
Wow, I didn't know that. That's really cool. That's actually really, really cool. Okay, all right, Texas Ranger, man. Nah, not better. Not better. DVOA #1 defense right here in Seattle. You guys are close second, but not better. Sorry. And I mean, I said it since the goddamn first day I was here. Like, I knew this team was goddamn good, and I didn't want to hear anything else. And none of the AFC teams feared me at all. I wasn't scared of a single one of them. The Rams were the only team that gave me pause. I mean, because we've been just killing Shanahan lately. I don't have a lot of faith in Purdy against our defense, and so it was pretty much the Rams was our Super Bowl, and if no matter what team came through, I thought we had about an 8 out of 10 chance to beat them. On that Super Bowl Sunday, I don't know who the hell could have came in there. Could have been the fucking Avengers that came in there. I think the Seahawks are focused enough to beat them.
I mean, they came out. This is what happened. It's a dynamic roster and a fantastic football coach in Coach Mack, man. And oh my gosh, dude, it's starting to get a little crazy to me. And there's one thing you were pointing about the AFC being lesser. And this is nothing new in NFL history, Sam. This is literally nothing. It's actually the norm. In the 1970s, the AFC won 8 out of 10 titles. In the 80s, the NFC won 8 out of 10. In the 90s, the NFC won 8 out of 10. And then I believe it was 7 out of 10 in the 2000s for the AFC. It literally has flip-flopped several times, and it's just the nature of the beast, man. Back when the Seahawks won Super Bowl 48, Sam, I'm convinced that the San Francisco 49ers were the second best team in the NFL that year. This year, the Seahawks won Super Bowl 60, and I'm convinced that the LA Rams were the second best team this year.
Yeah, no, they were, without a doubt, in my opinion. I mean, what other team was able to put up points on our defense like that? And, I mean, their special teams, man. That's going to be a thorn in their ass forever unless McVay changes his ways and thoughts on special teams. Because I don't know, they're not a full team if they're ignoring 1/3 of the game right there, and it cost them, and it's cost them multiple years.
And look what it did for the Seahawks in the Super Bowl.
Yes.
Oh,
Coach Mack talks about it with why he wants to have the best punter like we do is the hidden yards. That being able to punt it from the 40-yard line and knowing you're going to be pinning them within the 10, within the 5, because then the benefit of that goes way up. Benefit of the punt. If you're kicking from the 40 and it gets a touchback, it's 20 yards. The punt wasn't worth it. So you want to make sure you keep those hidden yards and be able to depend on your kicker. That's why we pay them the most. We have the highest paid special teams in the league.
And they came through.
Yes, when we needed them most. So it was awesome. We only trailed for 1:35 that whole postseason.
Woo! With 2 absolute ass kickings.
Yep. And that was the 5th best all time. The only other teams to beat that, none of them trailed in the postseason, but it was the 71 Boys, 73 Dolphins, the 77 Cowboys again, and then the 1991 Skins. So it hasn't been done, in a long time doing what we did right there. So it was pretty sweet. And did you hear about the stat about what we did on the 49ers? How Ken Walker had more yards of 20-plus runs in 2 games there than the Niners did all season?
Oh, jeez.
Yeah. It was pretty brutal. Pretty brutal for them. And there was another stat. I have to see if I can find it. We had more sacks and more takeaways with 9 and 4 at their field, 49ers field, and they did also.
No shit. Good shit, man. Good shit.
Yeah.
Oh, the 49ers got a long ways to improve right now, man. They got a long ways to improve right now. Hits on deck, homie. I think how we're going to do the draft going forward is we're going to do probably a couple of position groups and kind of a round range and do a couple of those each episode going forward. And then very shortly before the draft, we'll nerd out on this thing because I think there's so many ways you can look at it, especially drafting at number 32. It kind of changes how I view the draft a little bit. But Sam and guys, dude, I have to get this out there though, man. And we were talking about defensive strong teams have won the last 3 Super Bowls. Defense usually does win championships. Don't get me wrong. But I'm looking at this, and there's always the cat and mouse game, the chess match that is the NFL, Sam. Look at this. The 3 teams with the highest under center percentage. The highest under center percentage. The Rams, the Seahawks, and the Bills. The 2 best teams and easily a top 10, if not top 5-ish type of team. I mean, we're talking three of the very best teams in the league are all running under center at the biggest percentages, Sam. And then let's juxtapose that real quick. Check this out, homie. The bottom three, the Commanders, Bengals, and Chiefs, who all have a star quarterback that could not finish the season.
Yep, yep. And I think we had 9 points combined in all of our losses.
Yeah, yeah.
And plus 253 for all of our wins, which is the highest average point differential in the last 25 years. Which is wild. Really, really wild. And do you think we can run it back, Ty?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, hindsight's 2020, but I think this squad and where they are in terms of being under the cap and where they are in terms of camaraderie, I think this team is very, very much more well suited to try to repeat compared to the LOB Seahawks in 48 and 49. We know there was problems in the locker room even when they won the Super Bowl. They had to trade Percy Harvin for pennies on the dollars, and that really hurt them cap-wise because they made a significant financial investment into Percy plus the first-round pick, so that bit them in the ass huge. This team is much more well-suited to repeat, in my opinion.
Yeah, is it to be expected? I'm going to say no. I mean, it's
No.
hard. It's hard.
It's too hard.
Back to back.
I would never expect that. I would never expect that.
But can we do it? You're goddamn right we can. I mean, we're better set up than I think we've ever been to repeat. We got our general manager, our coach, so young. I mean, so innovative. We're signed, got all of our guys signed for the next few years. If anyone can do it, why the hell can't we do it? Because we're looking really good for the future right now.
And what if you get a couple more good draft picks, man?
Yeah,
For
man.
Real.
Yeah, absolutely. Add a
Hey,
few every
and
year.
here's another thing too. Once you establish yourself, I mean, we saw the Seahawks do this, and then it completely faded out because the team became honestly kind of mediocre.
But never bad.
Veterans want to come here. Veterans are going to want to come here.
Yes.
They want to come to all those winning teams. They want to come to those winning franchises to try to get that last hurrah. I mean, are you kidding me? Is DeMarcus Lawrence not going to just speak volumes to all other veteran free agents that feel they got some juice left? I mean, come on. Huge.
Yeah, I heard some national podcasts and stuff calling us, what the hell they call us, Coastal Green Bay or something. And it's kind of true. Who the hell wants to go to Green Bay, though? The city. If you got a choice, if they're both winning franchises that you know you can trust, which one would you choose? Seattle or snowy-ass Green Bay? With no nightlife, nothing really to do around there. I mean, it really, having the reputation of being a well-run franchise that takes care of the players and wins is going to help become more of a winner. Winning begets winning, man. Like, we're going to get going on a roll and I like our reputation right now. I think we're in the right direction, and it feels good.
Hell yeah. We got a quarterback these guys love, man. There's zero question in my mind that Russell Wilson's the greatest quarterback in franchise history. I honestly think that's not even debatable.
Yeah, no, it's not. It's not. No.
But, Sam, I have not seen a quarterback this beloved by their team since Hasselbeck.
Yeah, well, shit, man. How can you not root for the guy? I mean, honestly. I mean, he is kind of like, right now it seems like the darling of the NFL for winning this. Like, he's everywhere on all the podcasts. Everyone's talking about this guy because it's a great story, man. There's so many values and lessons and just everything. That's why I said it's so awesome to have it be associated with our team too. The Seahawks doing it right, bringing the most out of the guy, getting to the mountaintop because he's got the tools. He's got the tools. Because Fred Warner on the Super Bowl, like, he was like, God damn, he can really sling it when he was like talking about watching the game and everything. He's got one hell of an arm. How he overthrew Shaheed. Who the fuck can overthrow Shaheed most of the time? With that speed. You know what I mean? Like, what the hell? So he's got the gifts, and I like what we're bringing out of him. And I'm glad he's a Hawk, and I like how we have Ernest Jones. I love that guy. That guy is one of my favorites, dude. He just goes to bat. He was telling the whole story of when he originally was after the 4-pick game, and he was talking about how when Darnold passed him, he said, right then, that was on me. That was my bad for the game. And then Ernest Jones got up there, and it was impromptu. He was just going to start backing his quarterback. He's like, fuck no. He's like, it's not just you. It's all of us. We all could have done this. and seeing him come off the stage kind of beaten like that from the media asking all the questions, man, like, yeah, he came to his quarterback's back, and it's good to see. I like that guy. He's one of my favorites.
I love Ernest, and I'm so glad you brought him up because he does get forgotten in the mix. Like, this is such a fantastic defense at all three levels. It's so easy to forget about a baller here, a baller there. Ernest Jones has got to be in that conversation. He is an interception machine, and he'll light your ass up. He's clearly a team leader. Freaking love Ernest Jones. Julian Love. I mean, the list goes on and on.
He's the glue, especially in the linebacker room. It's him, Leonard, and I really think Kobe. I really like Kobe back there, man.
Yeah.
Like, the players all love him and love. Man, we have a great team. Watching the mic'd up Super Bowl thing, you could see an energy difference too. One team came ready to just fucking handle business, and the other team was just happy to be there. Like,
well, I mean, the film doesn't lie, and these guys study it for 2 weeks in a row instead of 1 week, Sam. And the Seahawks studied the film, and their confidence grew. The Patriots studied the film, and they're like, "Oh fuck, dude."
Yeah, no, like Vrabel
it's a big difference.
Vrabel knew there was a talent discrepancy, and he coached like it. I mean, he did.
Yeah,
like the whole game. They're not, taking shots. They're trying to run the ball, establish the run, try to keep it sloppy, and try to keep it close. And eventually, we just kept pounding and pounding. I mean, they got lucky because Gonzo, he did have some good breakups. He got beat a few times. JSN had him beat deep. And on the other touchdown where he had that good breakup, if Darnold puts that on the goddamn letters in the end zone where the Seahawk was, rather than where it was, it was a touchdown. Easy touchdown. It was underthrown.
Yeah. That's actually a good point, man, because Darnold did miss a few big ones in this game.
Yeah.
As solid as he was, and I give him a ton of credit because you know how I feel about my quarterback, Sam, is I want to support my quarterback. I want it to be an overall team effort, but you have to be good enough to win shootouts sometimes. And Darnold won 2 epic shootouts down the stretch against the divisional rival Rams. That's just so critical. But I mean, we got to be real. I'm glad you brought that out. He was late and behind going across that deep post to JSN. I know exactly what you're talking about. Fantastic breakup. But you're right.
He got blown up when he was throwing it. I'm pretty sure he got hit by immediate pressure coming from Bradley. I seem to remember. Is that one of the two?
Well,
throws?
Darnold's tough as nails, and we got to get the Patriots' defense came. That defense came with it. The offense shriveled up and was scared. Yeah. I mean, there's no two ways about it. Because there's one thing I specifically noticed. Dude, and that pass rush is real, man. The Seahawks had success moving the ball when they were able to stay ahead of the chains, when they had manageable down and distance, man. You get 2nd and 10, you get 3rd and 10 against New England. Good night.
Yeah. Well, I mean, with same can be said about our team because, they are a run-first, set-up the pass team. When Drake May has had to pass more than 30, 35 times, I think they won one of those games where they've had to do that. They depend on running first to set up the pass. And we all know they weren't running on us. It wasn't going to fucking happen. Not in a million years they weren't going to run on us. And I had a good feeling we were going to be hitting the outsides because K9's not really too much of an up-the-gut runner, but he had some real patient runs, though. Some Le'Veon Bell-esque, is not quite Le'Veon Bell, but I mean, he was hiding behind the offensive lineman and poking out, and the stop and start is what's really, really impressive about K9. He can go from 0 to 100 in no time. In freaking no time. Maurice Jones-Drew says that's the most important quality in a linebacker is the stop and start. If you have elite stop and start, you can make it far in the league. Because
burning angles.
Yeah. Absolutely. So that's why I think we have to keep K9 in my opinion. He is too big a part of our team. He's homegrown. I mean, yeah, like you said, structure it, front load that thing, whatever we need to do. It's not like we're going to be signing him for 5 years or anything. 2, 3, 4 year contract. Yeah, man, I think he'll be sticking around. Because without Charbonnet, man, we can't lose him. With Charbonnet with that ACL, he's not ready for the beginning of the season. I almost guarantee that. ACL, I think
You hope he's back November 1st, and that's being kind of optimistic. Sam, in my opinion, in terms of team planning, you have to plan like there's no Charbonnet.
Yes.
And then if he's able to come back like a beast, then freaking hell yeah, we got Charbonnet back. But in terms
Agreed.
of team planning, you have to plan like he's not going to be there.
Yep. Yeah. And man, we out coached the shit out of that team. Like,
Dude.
we really did. That was
Dude, on that Nwosu pick 6 with freaking Devin Witherspoon blitzing from depth, splitting in the gap like that, man. I mean, they're running the hurry up offense. That's what shocked me, and I immediately said it too. Watching the game, I'm like, who calls blitzes like that when the offense is in the hurry up? The sole purpose of going hurry up is to get the vanilla looks that your young quarterback can diagnose easily. We're still, and that's such great coaching, such great teaching that his players are able to communicate it and execute it on the biggest stage against a hurry up offense. Freaking incredible. Pick 6, Devin Witherspoon. What a game. You could have made Spoon the MVP. You could have made the O-line the MVP. Congratulations, Ken Walker. Damn it, Sam. The more I get in like this, I'm starting to get pumped up all over again. Just such a deserving group, man. And just from the fan and the community standpoint, I had the most amazing time with Sam's son and his daughter. I had my brother over. Katie had one of her oldest friends over. It's about community. It's about family. It's about love. And to all of the homies on the live chat, if you don't like the Seahawks, we riding with our team all the way. But if we're not there, I hope you get that feeling someday with your people too.
Yeah. The Texans, I think, would be a good story too, but not the Texas Rangers. They can stop winning forever and let the Mariners do their thing. Because the Texans,
the Rangers can eat shit right now.
The Texans are in the AFC, and so we can let them get a win every once in a while. They deserve it. But man, what a great year! What a great year for this team. I mean, goddamn, Snyder has the Midas touch right now. Every single bet we made this season went about as good as it possibly could. Every single bet that we made. D-Law, Sam Darnold, Rashid Shaheed. I mean, just everybody. I think there's more. I can't even think of them right now off the top of my head. Every single one that we did, it turned out great. And props to the coaches for their plan with Eamon Worry. Because have you heard about what they have him doing in practice? He would have like 10, 15 minutes with the D-line and then go and have 10, 15 minutes with the linebackers. Because, man, he's playing in 3 different goddamn universes out there. Like, it's fucking crazy what he's doing, to be quite honest. Like, Cam Chancellor couldn't have done it. He doesn't have, like, he can't cover corners like Eamon Worry can. I mean, Chancellor was one hell of a safety. He's a thumper, but Eamon Worry's freaking unique, and it's wild.
Oh, it's unbelievable when you think about it, man. Because we didn't even talk about Nicky yet. What a team performance. What an overall roster. And that's honestly why I'm bullish on this team going forward, is just the blue chip players and also just all the other really good starters. But who else can hold the edge at the point of attack on a run play, and then it's literally breaking up passes with Puka Nacua and Devontae Adams. I mean, we said it, and I can even remember it on my head. This is a guy that has a faster 10-yard split than Randy Moss, equal bench reps as DeMarcus Lawrence, and a higher vertical than Vince frickin' Carter. Nick Imwari is maybe the most freakish dude to have come out of college. I mean, he got 100 on the athletic testing score system that John Schneider uses. Absolutely incredible. Mariners Lifer, I'm pumped for the Mariners too. You know I got my Mariners sweatshirt on. We're going to dive super deep, but it's Seahawks today, man. We're going to go super deep into baseball, but we just got to go deep.
My Taylor is yelling my name real quick. So give me one moment.
Let's do it.
Do what you got to do. 1 sec.
Let's do it. Well, shoot, man. I almost want to ask your opinion. Mariners Lifer, man. Get raked. Freaking hits on deck. What do y'all think about Brandon Donovan, man? I think it's a fantastic move. I really do. I think it's a better fit than Geno Suarez, just because this is a guy that's going to score runs, man. Dude, freaking scoring run in front of Cal, in front of Julio, in front of Naylor. Oh, my Lord. Sammy boy, run scoring machine.
Yeah. And it
The
gives us
Cal and Julio's
positional
RBI numbers
flexibility.
are going to skyrocket with this dude.
Yeah, it gives us positional flexibility with our young guys too, which I really like since he's kind of a utility guy. So we can have we can develop him at third if we need him at third, or at second if we need him at second, and let one of our rookies play the other spot. And if they struggle,
Yeah.
switch it back. So it gives us a lot of flexibility.
Yeah. You know I'm so huge on Colt Emerson, but I'm also in the camp of we cannot rush him up here. We got to do what's best long term for a top 10 type of prospect, man. But I mean, we're both wearing Super Bowl freaking champion hats, man. Super Bowl champion hats. Dude, Cade Anderson. Okay, so I predict that we might see Cade Anderson in a David Price situation. David Price, the hot prospect at the time, he spends the entire year developing his game as a starter in the minors. Then he's an electric pitcher, an electric southpaw, just like Anderson could be. David Price made a few key relief appearances in the postseason for Tampa Bay. He got out Robinson Cano when he was on the Yankees a couple of times. Cade Anderson, if everything goes perfectly, Sam, maybe he's coming in after a year of developing in the minors, maybe give us 3 critical bullpen appearances. But I mean, I don't want to put too much on the young man, but that's the dream scenario.
You know, I see it's a real possibility that he could be up in the next 2 years for sure. I think, yeah, they let him rest all after the college season, didn't have him in like the camp at all. So he's got his rest after that long college season. I think that we're going to have him on the fast track because I think he can handle it.
Mm. Well, apparently in the live bullpen sessions, he's blowing away some of our major league guys we expect to do damage. So that's a huge sign right there. Jason Miyamoto, we must have another Japanese American brother in the house. 4th most cap space. And like me and Sam are talking about, this is huge. But we're not going to be shopping at the other stores, man. We got to be shopping at store Seattle Seahawks. Try to bring back as many of these dudes as possible. He wants to bring back Rashid Shaheed, Sam.
I'm waffling.
In order of importance, where would you put Shaheed?
Third.
Third?
Yeah. Like I said, it's got to be Kobe. I like Kobe. And we got to have K9. I mean, Shaheed, kind of a luxury, too. If Torrey Horton comes back healthy. Because Torrey Horton is going to be a dog, dude, in this league. He is such a long strider. I watched some of his highlights and stuff just earlier today. Man, yeah, he's a dog. He made some great catches, and he's have a full offseason ahead of him. So it might be a little redundant with Horton and Shaheed. Shaheed might have been a good bridge, but I mean, Shaheed's so fucking explosive too. Like, he's such a weapon. We used him ever since we got him. You have to respect his speed at all times, and it just opened everything up in the middle all season long for us. So it's hard. I mean, if it restricts us from getting JSN and them done, we can't keep Shaheed. Because I think he's going to command a lot. And I don't know if Jason Miyamoto was here like earlier, but he might be going to the Raiders, man, because he loves Kubiak. He loves him. Yeah, 100%. That's why he wanted to come here. It's just, we'll see what happens. I hope we keep him. I hope we have the money, and I hope, because I love the guy. He's a great kid, too, great guy. The whole team's full of great guys, to be quite honest. There's not. I even saw an interview with Reek. I'm like, he's actually fucking a really good guy too. It's pretty down to earth and chill. And yeah, he wants to come back, but you know, they all know it's a business. So we'll see what happens. But we got our.
And
core.
frankly, Sam, I think it would be easier to leave if you won the Super Bowl, because you hit the mountaintop as a team. Now I got to get mine, and I mean that in the most positive way I possibly can, man. Like. It just would You don't need to search for the Super Bowl, man. You got that shit. And I think Tariq's going to be gone, dude, especially because a guy of his physical talents, somebody is going to give him way more money than I would feel comfortable paying him. So I think he'll be gone.
The one thing that might allow us to keep him is that dipshit play he did in the NFC Championship, John off to the Rams.
Mm.
Honestly, some coaches just say we don't want him just because of that. You know they will. Some teams and stuff.
Okay.
If you can't keep your head in the NFC Championship game type situation, they'll just write him off. They're like, we don't want someone like that because he has. We saw what happened in the Super Bowl too. Late getting over. That's where that touchdown was scored on him when he was just jogging over and was out of position. He still almost made the goddamn play though. His hands on the ball was wild. Yeah. So I would love to keep him. I want the whole goddamn team back, to be quite honest. I wish we could. I don't know what's going to happen, but we got to at least keep one of the corners. Okay. I would rather have Reek. I would rather have Reek than Job, but I think Job's more likely because he's going to be cheaper. But he balled out in the Super Bowl too. He had a great game. He put on a great tape for the league to see. So you never know.
And who knows? I mean, guys, we're going to go deep into the offseason as we get here, man. We just want to dabble in the little waters here, man, because I'm going to go super deep. I'm going to go super deep on this, but I would almost let Kobe Bryant walk too and rock with a Ty Okada or something like that, man. I just feel that the whole scheme is predicated on you need just a fantastic defensive front. You can't you want to play 2-eye safety and stop the run, you need a badass defensive front. You want to be able to pressure the quarterback with a very low blitz percentage, you need a badass defensive front. So I'm going to prioritize keeping that unit intact over almost anything else on this defense. That doesn't prohibit me from getting Kobe, but that's where my priorities lie.
Thank you, Jason, for subscribing. Good to have you part of the club here. But yeah, no, I agree, Ty. Yeah, it's gonna be tough off season. A lot of tough choices for us. I mean, Mafe is the one. He's gonna be hard to have be gone to, man, because he is such a good, solid run stuffer, and man, he's fast too. That the whole and being able to have 8 different D linemen being able to shuffle through and not being a dip at all in play is huge for us. We didn't have the Max Crosby, the absolute stud that's going to be getting 15-something sacks. But we had a whole goddamn line of dogs on that fucking front, and we were going to put pressure all goddamn day. And then being able to mix coverages with Witherspoon and Worry, man, we can make it so they have no goddamn idea where the blitz is coming from half the time. We can be rushing 4, but it doesn't mean it's going to be 4 fucking linemen. We could be dropping 2 tackles out like we did in the Super Bowl, rushing, blitzing the 2 nickels, and then we got the 2 edges running. Like, we can do so many disguises. It's great.
It's unbelievable how many free runners that Mike Macdonald's able to scheme up.
Yeah. Well, because he knows the other side of the ball. He knows how it operates and how to beat it. And that's why I was talking about why he got this offensive coordinator that we just got, because he is the same way.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah. Yeah. That's why the more I was listening to it, I'm like, I had no idea who the hell this guy was. Apparently he had a one-job interview. Might have been, I forget what team it was for last year, but he had one job interview last year, and a couple people were poking around at him this year. But yeah, Mike must have really liked what he saw, because Mike's a data guy too. He's all about the analytics and the data, and because he never played football at a high level, you know what I mean. He can't show someone how to run through the B gap quite as well, but he can tell you what you can do on your steps and your hand placement to get past the offensive linemen better and stuff. He knows the technical aspects and the data behind it. And he's a leader of men is my favorite part, because he's got these guys bought in from the beginning. He made it theirs, which is important as a psychological thing. We were talking about it on the text stream with you, me, and Indy, where I was saying I didn't think the Pats stood a goddamn chance because of the buy-in they had. They're all doing the Warriors, come out and play shit. None of those fuckers know what that even's from. It was well known.
Oh, seriously?
Yeah. And so, I mean, having shit come from some old guy. Mike Max is like, this is your guys' team. What do you want it to be about? Type thing. And so that's why they came up with the MOB, and that's really how you get the buy-in like he got this year. So it was a masterclass in coaching.
To think he's only 38, man.
Yeah, no, it's great. Oh, hold on, let me see. The whiners are mad about the. I bet they are. Yeah, I watched the video. They're like, oh, their Seahawks might be poaching, and this was before we actually signed them too. So it'd be interesting to see the videos afterwards. I have a boots on the ground in California that says that New England's fans are assholes, by the way.
Shocker.
Yeah.
Shocker.
And surprisingly, a bunch of people in San Francisco were saying the Seattle fans were great. I mean, I can't see that because it's the San Francisco. Probably it's the San Francisco people who don't really care about football. Because my uncle's telling me this because he lives in California, the Bay Area there. And he's like, oh, everyone's talking about how great Seattle fans were and how shitty the New England fans were. And they're like, I don't know, trashing stuff and beats me. Like, put as much stock in it as you want, but that's what my uncle says coming out of Cali. He says that the Seahawks fans were the good ones.
It's a spoiled fan base, man. New England's a spoiled fan base. They be out here crying, we had a tough 3 years. We had a tough 3. Get out of here, man. Yeah. Y'all deserve some pain and suffering for that 20-year run.
Are we going to talk about what the Rams are bitching about right now? I want to address this. The whole thing about the fucking officiating person on Prime calling into the ref booth, to say, are you guys paying attention to this 2-point conversion? It might be a backwards pass. They're all saying the integrity of the game, this, blah, fucking blah, this. I don't care if there are 75 fucking different people in 75 different fucking rooms from 75 different fucking companies. If it makes it so there are more calls being called correctly, I don't care what side, I'm down for it. I don't care. It doesn't matter to me that someone from Amazon Prime Broadcasting called and said, hey, you guys might be missing something here. Was the call correct? Right thing happened. Shut the fuck up, Rams, is all I have to say on that.
Yeah, and my stance, never give up on the play.
Yeah.
Never give up on the play. Let's remind everybody. I know it's been forgotten because it's all the way back in week 2. Sam, talk about a big win, though. There's so many big wins on a Super Bowl trail. Seahawks start 0-1. We're going at Pittsburgh. Dude, that feels like it might be an 0-2 stinker. We kicked the snot out of Pittsburgh, but the point of this story now, Sam, is we all remember their kick returner. He doesn't catch the ball. He doesn't even go and pick it up. All 11 guys on Pittsburgh completely give up on the play. There's several Seahawks streaking down. Helani falls on the ball for a touchdown. Now we fast forward to late in the season, and everybody gives up on the play except for Charbonnet, who just picks up the ball. But it's those casual, small details that can be the difference in your whole season, man. And so I hate that complaining when it comes back to the first thing you're taught in any sport you play. Never give up on the play. Play until it's completely stopped. The Seahawks did that twice to a tune of 8 critical points in their regular season.
Yeah, it's not just play to the whistle. We got to play past the whistle a little bit, too. Because the whistle was blown on that Rams play. Pick up the ball anyway. Doesn't matter because the whistle doesn't mean shit in those situations other than the ball can't be advanced. That's all that means. So you go pick up the ball, well, you get it where you get it on that exact play. So
2 points.
Yeah, exactly. So,
and I'll never deny that's the weirdest play I've ever seen before in football.
Sure,
that 2-point conversion pickup by Charbonnet, the weirdest play ever. But it's 100% the rules, man. And I back some of these defenseless receiver bullshit calls at times because I just kind of rationalize, well, it's the rules. I don't like it. Rams fans, you don't need to like that shit, but it's the rules, so you better get over it.
Am I back?
We're back. We're back.
Okay, I'm back. Yeah. Let's see. I don't know what the hell happened with my computer right there, but where were you, Ty?
Hits on deck. It feels great to be the champs, man. We're freaking hyped, man. We have been with this live chat for a minute now. Shout out to my man RG wherever you are right now. But goddamn, man, these guys have been with us for a minute, and we've experienced so much disappointment disappointment with the Mariners, and they haven't been bad. The reason we've been disappointed is they've been good, but have not figured out how to become great. Sam, I was very optimistic about the Seahawks this year. I predicted 11-win team. You don't think of 11-win teams as hoisting the Lombardi Trophy. The Seahawks did what's maybe the hardest thing to do in pro sports is to go from good to great, baby. Let's freaking do it.
Yeah, I remember when you asked me about this season. I think my response was it's either going to be really, really fucking good or awful. I didn't think there was much room for middle ground. I wasn't sure exactly how it was going to pan out because I didn't know which Sam Darnold was going to be there. Because last year he killed us and he looked good for the whole year. And I mean, you can only do what you can only do with when you're getting sacked so many times and you have a leaky offensive line. So I wasn't holding that playoff game and everything against him too much. Like I was curious to see what was happening. I knew we had the defense, and I love JSN. There's a reason I drafted him as early as I did in fantasy football this year because I figured he was going off. He was a reception machine last year.
He's going to be a top 5 in fantasy this coming year.
Yeah. I mean, he's gonna. Who's getting picked ahead of him? Puka, maybe. Who? He might be the top 5,
top couple,
3, 4.
top 3, maybe.
Yeah. Well, we talk about number 1 wide receiver. Do you think it'll be the number 1 wide receiver going?
Yeah, I mean it'll be a toss up between him and Puka. I mean that fantasy wise, I give it to Puka. Maybe. Well, I don't even.
Because you got Chase.
I digress.
Too. Chase on a pass happy offense, so you never know. We'll see what happens. But yeah, it feels good to have JSN, the Emerald City Route Artist. I think is what they're calling him now. I don't know if you heard that.
Dude, he is so incredible, man. He really is. Like when I think about all of his talents, we say it all the time, but I don't know if he has a weakness as a wide receiver. It's so special to watch him play. It's funny for me to say this about pro sports, man, but it was honestly a privilege and an honor to watch this squad this year.
Yeah, man. Like it is. What a hell of a year. And remember, we were talking about this for the first couple of weeks right before the Super Bowl, or right before the playoffs. We were saying, like, what path do we want? And I was like, well, we got to, like, I was down to go through the Rams and the Niners. I wanted the legendary path. Because, you know, and I didn't know that we were going to play the Patriots. I mean, that is the fucking cherry on top right there. Being able to exercise those demons. Man, once I knew that it was Pats and Broncos, I was like, give me the Pats. Just because I want revenge. I want revenge, 100%. I'm so happy it went down the way it did.
Let's go, baby. Mariners lifer, Sam came to the show. The Hawks won. Are the ends next? 2026, the year for Seattle sports, man. I am optimistic about the Mariners, guys, and we're diving deep, Mariners. Don't get it twisted, man. We got to wrap this thing up, man. But
yeah, about that time.
The Mariners. Don't get it twisted, fellas. We will dive deep like Jacques Cousteau into our beloved Seattle Mariners. We've just been on a magical ride, man. Mm-hmm. Y'all know, 12s around the world. It's been a magical ride, man. The Seahawks had the second worst odds to win the Super Bowl coming into the year to eventually hold the trophy high in the air. Congratulations to everybody on the Seahawks, Sam. I'm so thrilled, and I was so thrilled to share that moment with your super fan son, Sammy. I just felt it's just a feeling you can't describe until it happens, until you're cheering, until you're hugging. What a year.
Yeah, I think Sammy was born right around our first Super Bowl, too. So he's got to be around for 2 of them now. So, yeah, no, thank you for having us over, Ty. It was so fun. We had a great time. And Tay loved Katie. So thank you to Katie for helping out with Tay, too. I watched some of our stream we did. I don't think I sat down for more than 15 minutes the entire time I was there. I mean, I was nervous as hell. Yeah, man, I'm too amped during the games, man. I can't sit down. Yeah. So I needed to be at the game. I could be standing the whole time and yelling like we used to do.
No doubt, man. Is there anything else you want to give to the people, dude?
No, thank you guys for having me, the co-host here, and it's been great to go on this ride with you guys, man. What a fucking great run for the Seahawks. Super Bowl
12
champions,
around
baby.
the world. Super
Yes, sir.
Bowl 60 champs. Thank you so much to the live chat, man. Y'all have brought so much energy to this show. We truly appreciate it. We got our super producer, Indy, out in Nashville, Tennessee. That's Vaden Podcast Services. Thank you to Vaden Podcast Services. It's Sam on the other mic. It's a boy Ty right here. My, oh my, it's another sports podcast. Your Seahawks are Super Bowl champs, baby.